So you want to model, but you don't want to model soft things. You only want to model hard surface things. Hey guys, welcome back to TutsByKai. I'm Kai, and today we are back in Blender once again, taking a look at how to hard surface model some stuff. So this is a thing so many people always ask about, and the funny thing is it's not too difficult. It's pretty easy to do. Pretty much, if you don't know what hard surface modeling is, it's just anything that would be hard. So like if you were making an alien spaceship and you needed a lot of metal looking models, or you're doing like some hallway and it's futuristic and there's like all these things, that's pretty much all it is. So it's really difficult. We have it's really easy, not difficult. So we have this cube here. We have default cube finally being used again. We can just use the technique that I used before. Hit tab to go into edit mode, and we'll just select this edge here and then hit Control B, bevel it. Just scroll our mouse wheel up a couple of times. Maybe somewhere around, for hard surface model, it's usually pretty high res. We'll go all the way up to 100, to be honest with you. We'll hit 100 up there at the top. You can see right here, it says 100 segments. We'll just use 100 segments, and we'll bevel that around there. And now we have this really nice rounded edge here. If we scroll in so much, or let me undo the 100. Let's do less than 100. You can see once you get really low, let me go all the way down to like 10. Yeah, sure. If we do this, and you can see that we have these weird lines, and all we have is something really really choppy. We don't need it to be choppy. So what we can do is, if we go to shade smooth, you can see we're going to lose all the hard edges of everything else. We don't want that. So let me undo that. What we can do is we can go down to the object data tab in normals here, and we can go to auto smooth and change the angle way up, so that when we have something that's less than this angle, it will actually smooth itself. But you can see that this isn't working because we need to turn this back on, smooth shade. So if we have smooth shade on, you can see now it only gets rid of this stuff, and everything that's beneath 90 degrees, you can see if I have it set to 90, every 90-degree angle, which are all these edges, are going to be smooth, which we don't need. So if we turn it to 89, you can see 89.9 even, anything less than 90 will be smooth. So that's nice. That's how we can do that and get away with that really easily. So we can do this edge too. We can do a sharper edge if you want. We can do something like that. We have some really nice smooth edges now, which is pretty cool. We can do an even softer edge. We can do something as soft as this. It's crazy. So now we have all these different edge types that we can use for hard surface modeling. The great thing about this is that we can also go ahead and go into face select mode here. Select this face right here. Hit I to inset. And you can see we have some weird stuff going up on at the top there, and that's because we have too many vertices in the same place. You wouldn't do that, so let me actually go ahead and get rid of this, and we'll do it again. I'll grab a plane instead this time. Shift A, plane, by the way. Shift A, plane. We can go into edit mode by hitting tab, grab the edge select tool, and we'll just grab this top edge, hit E, Z to move this up, and now we have this like, it looks like a wall, right? Like if you were doing a photo shoot, you'd have like a blank wall, like, you know, that's what it looked like, but we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we go back into edit mode, grab this edge once again, Control B to bevel. You can bevel a couple of edges in there, something like that, and now we have a smoother edge, but you can see we have that choppiness right there. So we'll go ahead, object, shade smooth, and now auto smooth, we can turn from that to 89.9. Now, so we have all this nice and set up. We can go ahead and go back into edit mode, face select mode, grab this face right here, hit I to inset. We can inset that nicely, and we can hit E to extrude that downwards, I to inset once again, maybe a smaller one like that, and then E to extrude, we'll extrude it back upwards, and then I once again, really small, maybe SY, make it a little bit bigger, SX, maybe make it a little bit more of a square rather, and then S to scale it up a little bit, and then E to extrude, we'll move it up a little, we'll move it up a lot. And now we have this really weird looking box thing, hard surface edge. Maybe not that much. That's crazy. Now what I want to do is go to edge select mode once again. Select both of these edges here on the sides, and then we'll hit Control B to bevel these edges somewhere around there. And now we have a really cool little weird like hump thing right here, I guess. And then we'll grab these two edges here. Same thing, Control B, and we will do something like that. Now you can see we have these crazy weird corners here, which actually fit this design, so I'm going to leave them. But the reason we're getting these is because all of these vertices that we're putting over here on this side by beveling are not actually over here, so they have to find a way to kind of bleed over into this area. So if we do this again and undo that, if we grab all of these edges here, holding down shift to select more than one edge, and then hit Control B, you can see that we don't have that problem anymore. So now it's completely all smooth, if you can see that right there. And we'll do the same thing with these edges here. We can just round all of these, and all of this is like a hard surface, maybe like I said, maybe like some kind of weird looking spaceship. We can put this on the wall. This could be a wall piece. We can hit RX90 to rotate this, and then we can just use the array modifier, and then go to the modifier tab, add modifier, array, and then we can just duplicate this on out, and now we have a really weird looking hard surface. Go ahead and RZ180, and then we'll just move it ourselves like that, and then we'll just move it down. And you can see if I was spending time to do this properly instead of just giving an example, you can see how we would have this really cool looking hallway, or kind of like a train. Actually, it looks like a little bit. So it looks pretty cool too. So that's that. You can use this for so many different things. All of these tips here, you can see how long that is. Pretty cool stuff. All those tips right there. Pretty much, you want to go ahead and make sure you remember that auto smooth feature. You want to remember the bevel feature, and you never want to have something that looks kind of soft. So you don't want to do any circles or anything like that. Like I said, most of this is going to be for like wall paneling and like a spaceship or something like that. So we can just extrude that once more, bevel the top edge, maybe not that much this time, just a little bit, just to give a little bit of a rounder edge. Face select mode, maybe we'll do the top this time. Actually, let me pull this out a little bit more. Maybe we'll do the top of this side. Eye to inset, we'll have like a recessed light maybe, and then right here on these edges, instead of the back edges, we will grab all of these holding down shift, Control B, and we'll bevel that ever so slightly, so we got that hard edge in there. That looks pretty cool. And now with all this, we can add the material. We can hit this plus button to add a second material, so we can grab this face inside there. On the second material, we can hit new, and then change this from the principled shader to the emission shader. And now if we give this a render, you can see, if I assign, you got to hit assign, you can see that we now have a cool looking recessed light, which is pretty sweet. And once again, we can use the array modifier to duplicate this out as many times as we need to. Backwards, there we go. So that looks really pretty cool. And of course, we can always drop down a edge on this side as well. EZ, and move this backwards a little bit, like this. And this won't be the same as the other side, but that's fine. There we go. So that looks pretty cool. Maybe like a really scary hallway you're walking down or something. I don't know. But that looks pretty cool, if I do say so. Got some pretty hard surface modeling techniques there, which is pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, bye-bye.